Okay, so I got an aligned TB40 and I had some difficulty setting up the tail. So I felt like making this video. This is much needed to explain what I had to do to actually get it to work. Because it took me a while to figure it out, and it's kind of obvious, but also not. So the problem was the tail. So a lot of people online are complaining about tail wag. On the surface, it looked like a tail wag issue, but fundamentally, it was just a gyro servo that wasn't. It couldn't communicate with the FBL quick enough, put it that way. So you had to go update the frequency. So over here, the default setting would be 50 hertz for the swash plate and the rudder servos. I had to go change this to 333 hertz. So if you go look at the actual parts that the kit comes with, because this is a TB40 top combo kit. So the parts that it comes with, where is it? Over here. So there's the swash plate servos, which if you go look at the specs, they run at 200 hertz. And then there's the tail servo. This one runs at 333 hertz. So you have to actually go into the FBL and configure it to run at the correct frequency. So there my swash plates, or we're going to do that now. We're going to configure the swash plate for 200 and configure the tail for 333. So when I didn't have these settings, when it was still on the default, it was giving me a lot of shit. Now the instruction manual for the aligned T-Rex doesn't tell you anything about setting this correctly. I googled around, I couldn't find any info, and that's why I feel like this video is necessary. So anyway, to set this, we're going to jump straight in. I reset them back to their defaults to demo actually changing them. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is hold down the button on the FBL until the A light stops flashing like that. So it's got to be solid. So you can't really see the letters, but it starts from A, goes down, and then ends over there at N. So anyway, once you're in the A setting, we don't do anything there. We go straight next to the B setting, which you can see the icon over there. So this would be purple because that's the default setting. So we're going to change that into blue, because we want that 200 hertz. So what you do is you just shove your rudder stick to the left. So now it's flashing red. There it's solid red. So now it's at 120 hertz. Now we flashing blue. That's also 120 for some reason. And then we want solid blue, which is 200 hertz. That's for the swash plate. Then we press for rudder pulse. We keep that as is. We're not changing that. Go away, bug. And then we press it again for rudder update rate. So this would now be D, correct? So we need that on 333 hertz. So we need it flashing blue. So we're going to hit the rudder stick again until it's flashing blue. There we go. So that's the setting we want. That there solved 90% of my rudder issues. Now it's just got some fine tuning to do, which I'll do during the day because I've got limited visibility at night. But yeah, that's one of the biggest issues I had with this thing. Now it's flying beautifully. Yeah. Anyway, hopefully this helps somebody. You also want to be sure to exit the menu. I don't even know if this is necessary for it to save its setting, whether you can just power it down and it saves its setting anyway. I'm not sure, but let's just exit the menu to be safe. And then power down the LE. Also, when you're working with shit like this, always make sure your throttle is safe. Don't want to hurt yourself. Cool. That's it for this video.